Hey guys, welcome back to Magic TV. My name's Craig. It is 9 o'clock, which means it's time for another video. Now, on the week leading up to Blackpool, I am speaking to all of the most important dealers at the Blackpool Magic Convention, the people that everybody wants to check out, the movers, the shakers, the creators, the producers, the innovators, the inventors, the people we want to spend our money with. And when you think greatest dealers of all time, obviously, the first thing that comes to mind is Alakazam, who are absolutely killing it right now. Peter Nardi and Harry Nardi are absolutely smashing it out the park. They've had a banner year in 2024, and 2025 is even better yet. They are coming to the Blackpool Magic Convention with what I think is the strongest lineup of effects they've ever had, period, at a Blackpool Magic Convention, and I can't wait to get all this information out of them and tell you all about it. Without further ado, please welcome the one and only, the dynamic duo, the greatest father and son double act in the whole of Magic, Mr. Harry Nardi and his sidekick, Peter. How you guys doing?
Really well, mate. Really well. Absolute pleasure to be here.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
And you're not wrong with the sidekick thing. That's how I am feeling nowadays. When people ring up the shop and they go, "Who am I speaking to?" and I say, "Oh, it's Peter," and they go, "Oh, it's Harry there." That's how it's gone.
Harry's become the face of Alakazam. I mean,
100%.
No.
100%.
Never. But seriously, no, thank you so much for having us. We are honestly, I know you just said about the strongest lineup there, just jump straight in, but we are so excited, honestly, about this. Every time we had a guy come in just quickly into the shop today, Michael, and I was telling him about our releases, and then I remember we got another one, and then I remember we got another one, and every single one I was like, no, this is our strongest one. They're all so good. I'm not joking. It's so exciting.
Yeah. It's insane, the quality, because when you have 7 releases, it's like, okay, is the quality going to be there with all 7? And knowing the releases that you've got coming out and the eclectic range of Magic that you've got coming out, yes, the quality is there and then some. It's phenomenal. And I think before we start talking about the releases, I mean, I said that you had a banner year last year. You have. I mean, Alakazam has grown so much since pre-COVID. Like, you're one of the only Magic companies that actually grew through lockdown, and then coming out of lockdown, you've just taken that to the next level. You're taking over America now. You're solidifying yourself in the UK and Europe. I mean, it's phenomenal. It's absolutely, as somebody who runs a business, my cap's off to you guys, because you're just killing it. Really, you are killing it.
Oh, mate.
Thank you.
I tell you what, it has been amazing. So thank you to everyone that shops with us and all your support. It really does mean the world. And it's, a lot of things, we've said this numerous times, a lot of things I think went into that. We had a new website built. Yeah. Harry, like, attacking social media like there's no tomorrow. Your support, your viewers' support. The Alaka fam is growing and growing and growing. And Chris James, hats off to him.
Yeah, he's smashing
because he is smashing America for Alakazam. I mean, for anyone that doesn't know, Chris heads up Alakazam USA. He's the head honcho over there, and Chris is making sure Alakazam US is running as part of the UK, which was always our dream, and we could never get it to work. It just wouldn't work. It was a separate entity and everything else. But now we're just one big company, and Chris, as part of that company, has knocked it out of the park. 100%.
Yeah,
100%.
He's doing insane.
Yeah, Chris is brilliant, and he is so loyal to anybody who listens. He talks about how amazing Alakazam is.
He's such a ledge.
He's great.
Yeah,
absolutely.
A part of me can't understand Mum. That's the only downfall.
Yeah.
He literally can't. If ever Mum says something to him, he goes, "I don't know what language she was talking, but you're gonna have to repeat what she just said. I don't know. I can't understand the word she says." So she's from Peckham. Anyone want to know? That's probably why.
we went to see Oliver last night, and she could have been up there on the stage. And she could have fitted in.
But honestly, it's incredible, and the growth with the new you know, new people, first time buyers, and everything is absolutely insane. You know, every single day there's first time orders coming
Well,
in.
last year was our biggest year in Alakazam history. The year before that was our biggest year up to that point. Last year we smashed the year before, and this year we've only hit February. We're already beating where we were last year. So we just it's growing and growing. And you know, also everyone that's sending in trick submissions as well.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got 7 brand new effects that are coming to Blackpool.
Not re-releases.
Not re-releases. We've got a few re-releases that I'm going to speak to you guys about tonight as well, which have got us really excited. But we could have had 20 if we wanted to. We've got so many products that could have been there. But for one, we don't want to take a huge amount. But for two, we wanted to get a really nice mix of what we had there. So there's something for everyone. So we picked 7 out of the bunch that we thought, do you know what? These are great, easy, quick dems, and you've got something for everyone there.
Yeah, without a doubt.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Yeah, I know you're coming and you meaning business. And I tell you what, let's link to it by saying that earlier you mentioned going to see Oliver. Obviously, starring in Oliver as Fagin is Simon Lipkin, who has taken the magic world by storm and continues to dominate and continues to be at so high profile. And he's got his first solo product coming out with Alakazam. I know he's kind of hosted the Nicholas Mavresis trick earlier this year, and I know he's done a lot on Unlimited. However, this is the first Simon Lipkin product that's coming out, and this is incredible. This is taking probably the most iconic and popular stage trick for magicians and mentalists and making it close up for the first time ever. Would you agree with that?
It was his first probably physical one with us, but it was also probably our most difficult one to have produced ever.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Not joking. Like you can explain your story when we were speaking to Simon, and then we had agreed like to produce and stuff like that, and then we just thought we're never going to be able to do it because it's so hard to get made.
Yeah, it was. So as you were saying, it's one of the most popular plots in Magic of recent years, which is the smash and stab plot, the Russian roulette plot. Now, I'll be honest with you, I've always loved the plot. I have never ever performed it.
Same.
Okay.
Because I am so scared that I am going to get it wrong. Because whenever those tricks go wrong, it's user error.
Yeah.
Or let's say 99.9%.
Yeah.
But realistically, even if the prop goes wrong, you should know, it will warn you and you shouldn't do it. But 99.9% of the time, it's user error. And that comes, in my mind, I think it comes from a point of looking down, thinking to yourself, right, it's under cup 4, it's under cup 4, it's under cup 4. I've got to slam my hand down. Oh, cup 4.
Yeah.
It's this sort of, people get a bit blasé when they've done the routine. So I've never had the guts to perform it because I would just rather not put myself in that situation.
And if you don't have the guts to perform it, the effect is gone. The power's gone because you're not slamming your hand down.
Yeah.
If you're nervous, it's not as impactful at all.
I'll be honest with you, I completely agree with you, which is why I never performed Smash and Stab until the late, great Sky Alexander brought out Nailed It. And that was the only, as far as I'm aware, truly safe version because of the method. And the reason I bring that up is because that reminds me of this, because this is a truly, truly safe method, right?
100%, but it's 100%.
Yeah, and worst comes to worst, let's say worst comes to worst, and for whatever reason you've made a mistake, you're going to get a needle prick. You're not going to get a knife through your hand. But everything has been put into this to make sure that doesn't go wrong. There are various routines we teach on it. But as Harry was saying, so Simon, we've actually got a few effects coming out with Simon this year. And this was the first effect we purchased the rights to. And Simon had a prototype set that he done to us, and they were 3D printed. They worked, but they were, you know, 3D printed and everything. And he showed me them, and I said, "Oh my God, I love it." I said, "What a great idea! We'll buy the rights." And he said, "Look, I'll tell you now that I don't think they're going to be easy to make." And I said to him, "No problem. I know a guy called Drew. Drew can make anything." And Simon went, "Oh, yeah, great." So I bought the rights off Simon, really excited, rung up Drew and went, "Drew, yeah, all right, Pete?" And I went, "Yeah, I've just bought a trick of Simon and I need you to make it." And he went, "Is it the pins?" And I went, "Yeah." And he said, "I ain't making them." And I went, "What do you mean you're not making them?" He said, "I've already spoke to Simon and I've told him there is no way in hell I am touching that project. Everything about it has to be made by hand." He said, I can't do it. I haven't got the time. It's too much work and it will cost you a fortune." Right. So I then rung up Simon and said, "Simon, Drew can't make them." And he went, "Oh yeah, I forgot that." He went, I said, "Well, Simon, can you give me the name of the person that made it for you?" So he gave me the name, and this was a TV special effects company. So I rung them up and I said, "You made this set of pins for Simon?" "Yep, we made them. We want you to make them for us." "Yeah, not a problem." And I said, "Oh, okay, I need a prototype set." So, and he went, "Yeah, not a problem at all. We'll charge you the same amount we charged Simon, £750 a set."
Oh my God.
Now, at this point, I had tried 3 or 4 other manufacturers that I thought may be able to do it. And we were ready to basically just let it go as one of those things. And it's happened before with different products where, like, if you look at Noel Quarter's iDeck, we bought the rights to iDeck about 3 years before it was released because we had to create this little recorder and player.
I remember, yeah.
But at the time when we bought the rights, this was very new technology. And it was coming out at a price where we would have had to sell the product at 150 quid. And I knew it wasn't worth 150 quid. So we didn't produce iDeck for 2 years until the price of that unit come down. And I thought that's what was going to happen with this. I thought it was going to be one of those things we're not going to be able to make for a few years, and then suddenly we're going to find a way to make it. And then eventually I found this other manufacturer and I sent him the samples and the CAD drawings of what it was, and they done it, and they done it far better
Yeah,
than I
unbelievably
ever
well.
imagined.
Wow.
I mean, have you even seen the gimmicks yet?
No, you've told me all about it, but I've not seen it.
I'll show you.
It's so good. It's literally so good.
Just while he's getting these out, just so you guys know what this effect is. 'Cause some people might not know what smash and stab is. So smash and stab is you have, for example, a spike underneath a paper bag, and you've got 4 other paper bags. You got to smash your hand down on the bags, and the idea is that you miss the other bag, you miss the spike every single time. And it's a very, very dangerous style Russian roulette. It feels dangerous, but, you know, depending on the method, it's not generally. What we have here is a close-up version using drawing pins, thumbtacks, push pins, whatever you want to call them. And you know, I know Simon, when I spoke to him about it, you show that, like, well, do you want to go into it? You show that.
So basically, you start off by openly taking one of these pins.
I'm trying to show you.
So one of these that Harry's going to show you now is gimmicked, and one is real. I don't know if you can see them on camera. They are identical,
and they're
brass.
Yeah, they're brass. It's hard to see with the lighting, really, but nah, they keep going a bit.
No, I can see that. Yeah,
but they are beautiful. They
honestly
are really good. So the effect is this. Now, bearing in mind, we supply you with 5 gimmicked and 5 ungimmicked, so you can switch the routines about. We've got various different presentations, but the basic routine, I say that I've managed to master mind over matter. I can control my body and the pain it feels and everything else. I'm going to demonstrate it to you. You know what this is. It's a mat pin. And now I openly push that into my arm, and that gets screams. Like people are really getting squeamish because it looks like it's going in nice and slow. And then you pull it out like this. But then you openly show it's a gag. This is a pin that goes in like a toy knife. You know, the ones we had when we were kids. And I picked these up. These are from an old special effects company. They were used in a horror film. Don't know what they were used for, but I presume it wasn't pleasant. But I bought 3 of these, and they sent this hero pin. So this is what the others were modelled on. But this one, as you can tell, is genuinely real. So be careful with it. The pin doesn't go in. Now you put them in the tin. You mix them up so they don't know the order of them. Lay them out on the table. And you say, now you're going to name a number. It could be number 1, pin 1, 2, 3, or 4. Whichever one you name, I'm going to pick it up. I'm going to stab it into my arm. Which one do you want? Number 3. I pick it up. Boom. In my arm, number 3. We're good. Choose another one. 1, 2, or 3. Number 2. Are you confident? Yeah, great, because it's going in your arm. Give me your arm. Bang, and you stab it into their arm. And then
100% safe, I will just say.
Yeah, 100% safe. Then the third one, you take them back. You say, we're going to give them another mix. You tip them back out. You say, put anyone into my hand. They put it in your hand. You say, right, I'm going to take it. It's going to go into my neck. Let's hope it's the right one. Bang, you scream, but no, it's the right one. And then the one on the table, they pick it up, nothing else. And that's the real one.
So good. But there's so many different ways to present it and stuff like that. But honestly, as a close-up thing, I mean, you see the reaction on the little teaser that we done there. Honestly, it's just so good. It really draws you in. The props are like insanely good.
Yeah.
It draws you in. I love the on-edge type routines like that anyway. And I just think it's so cool. It's such a cool routine. It's such a cool effect. You know, it's wicked. And the packaging's banging as well.
Yeah. I mean, I've got another handling for it, which doesn't have you sticking it in yourself at all. It's based around a story of a gentleman's club in the 1800s run by 4 of the world's most influential people. And then part of this storyline goes down to the fact that there could only ever be 4 members of this club. You could never leave of your own accord, but every 5 years, a new person had to be initiated. But for that to happen, someone had to die. And as a celebration, weirdly, they treated it as a nice night of celebration. At midnight, they would all be handed this tin. They would all remove a pin and dip it in poison. And at the stroke of midnight, they'd all stab it in their finger. But only one needle was genuine, which would pierce the skin and kill the person. And now I've got 4 photographs of these old men. They choose a needle and who I put it on. And then at the end, we push them down. 3 of them are fake. 1 of them goes through the photo. And when you turn the photos over, it's survive, deceased. Wow. So, you know, you can use it for loads of different things.
So good.
Yeah. And in fact, today, funnily enough, I've had a lot of people messaging because we put that trailer up. And there was a magician from Lithuania sent me a message today on Facebook and said, can you save me a pinned? And I was on Facebook at the time, and I said, well, if you want, I'll give you a call now and I'll show you exactly what it is. So I called him. His name was Vladimir. I called him. I demonstrated it, and he said, I'll take 2.
It's so strong.
It's that good. I'm just going to make sure his name was Vladimir in case
I will just say as well, this is what it blows us away every time. This is what blows us away every time. I'm not just saying this. I know some people might just say, I'm not just saying this, I promise you. We have people messaging us, obviously, before we go to Blackpool. Can you put this aside? Can you put that aside? But not only that, we honestly have people on Friday, this is no lie, come up to us and say, have you got 6 new releases? Yeah, okay, I'll take them all. I'm not, like, they don't even look at it. They just know it would be an Alakazam product. They know what stuff we produce, and they go, yeah, I know I'm going to love it. I know I'm going to be able to do it. I'll take it. I know it's going to be good quality. I'll have it. And it's so crazy. I mean, obviously, you built it up over 35 years now, but it's just crazy the support that's shown every single year and with every single release. It's insane.
Yeah.
Of course, people love you, man. They should do as well. That's incredible. I mean, right there, There's a lot of companies that are coming to Blackpool that would just have that one trick and just do that over and over
Mm.
and over and over again.
Yeah.
That's a game changer. It really is. I've never seen. I mean, Wayne Dobson years ago brought out that thing with the little, but that's not a close up thing like a drawing pin. That's
Yeah.
very, very. I've never seen a close up version of Smash and Stab before.
No, it's yeah, it honestly it is great. It's one that I would do. I'll be demming it on the stand all the time at Blackpool. I love it. I think it's great. It gets great reactions. The props are brilliant. You can bring them into any performance, really.
Mm.
And like I said, if you don't want to do this one, if you're into bizarre magic, you can build a lovely story around it.
Mm-hmm.
And because you've got the option, because you get the ungimmicked and the gimmicked, you could have 4 ungimmicked and 1 gimmicked, and then you start eliminating them, and there's only 1 left, and that goes in your arm. So you could do a patio. You could use Miss Pip dice.
Yeah.
You can do whatever you want because we give you the options for doing it.
And Jamie Dawes, obviously incredible bizarre magician, has got a really nice routine that he talks about that's got to do with a voodoo doll.
Yeah.
Where obviously they don't pierce, but the one place they do pierce it through, you've got a doll or you've got a prediction that has a mark through the leg or through the one that does actually work. There's honestly so much you can do with it. It's brilliant, but. Yeah, no, we've actually, due to the messages we've had before, we've had to try and up how many we're taking to Blackpool pretty much. It's been insane.
Wow. Wow. Okay, that's number 1. I think you've peaked, but let's prove me wrong. What's number 2?
Okay. So I will say we're cutting it fine because 2 of them I haven't got here that are due in tomorrow or Monday, a day before we go to Blackpool.
Of course,
but we live life on the edge.
This
is so good.
This is another great one.
Trick 46, number 46 by Steve Rowe.
I don't even know what this is.
Right. So this
is
to
the point that normally when you show me something, you've mentioned it over the last year. You've not mentioned this at all.
Well, this has actually been, we've owned the rights to this for nearly 3 years. 2 years, 3 years?
2 years, I'd say.
2 years.
Yeah.
And we filmed the explanation for this the same time we filmed the explanation for this. So that was quite recent. In fact, Simon is on the explanation because I was supposed to be on the explanation, but someone went and bought me a coffee, didn't put the lid on. As I drank it, it just went down my white shirt. So Simon had to step in.
That's hilarious. Wait, can I just say this is I love all of them. I love this.
So this is a stage routine or a parlor routine in a box this big, right? So the idea to this is a bit similar to the bandana.
Well, that's one of my favorite tricks of all time.
Yeah, so you start off by saying to your audience, now a lot of people ask me, how do I learn magic tricks? It's a valid question. How do I learn? Well, I'm going to let you into a secret. There are actually places called magic shops, places that we go in and we look around and we buy tricks and we learn the tricks and we perform the tricks to you. And I thought it would be a really good exercise and a fun thing to do if we learn a trick together. In fact, I was in my local magic shop the other day and they had a bargain bin there and I picked up this out of the bargain bin. I haven't looked at it yet. I thought we'll do this together. It's called Trick 46. It was voted the 46th best trick out of 50. So I wouldn't hold your hopes up, but we'll give it a go. So inside you get some little instruction cards. So you get someone up to help you and you say, we've got some cards there. You're going to read the instructions. I'll do the trick. And you guys can learn along with me.
Okay.
So you now say, what's the first thing? Get your cards out, give them a shuffle, get a card selected, have them sign the card, tear the corner off the card, tear it off. Your spectator completes the tear. Now eat the corner. So we supply a few different options, but this is the way he does it on the trailer. Eat the corner. So they put the corner in his mouth and he eats the corner, it's gone. And then he says, what's the next card say? But you don't really eat the corner. You secretly hide it in, right? So now we're going down that route. and then there's some of the cards are missing from the instructions, and it jumps from card 7 to card 10, so half of the trick's gone. And it ends up being give your spectator a gift and send them back to their seat. So all you've got on you, the way Steve does it, he has a sealed bag of the UFO sweets.
Yeah, the flying saucers.
The flying saucers. So he gets a bag out, he opens it, they reach in, take anyone out. But when they break open their flying saucer that they freely selected, inside is the corner to their card.
Oh.
But
it's such a good routine.
Whatever way you want to do that impossible location, the corner could be there.
So you could have the corner appear anywhere, under a wall.
Anywhere.
Yeah, it's honestly, I love it. The routine's brilliant. The cards look really old school, magic-y. It's just great. And the fact that literally you could have a deck of cards on you. You could have a deck of cards and literally that in your wallet, those cards, and you've got a pile of stand-up act there.
Yeah. And I know a lot of people don't like the terminology pack small, plays big. But this literally does. You could do this in a theatre and everything is fitting inside this card box.
It's a self-working, signed card, corner tear, 2 impossible. Imagine telling someone with no work whatsoever, you can get someone to sign a card, rip the corner off, and it appears inside a suite that's up there. That's unbelievable. That's what this allows you to do. It's so good.
Wow.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
Amazing. And also, I'm very glad that it appears in the UFO in Steve's routine, because I don't think he's allowed to release a trick anymore that doesn't involve some sort of candy.
Yeah.
Exactly that.
So these are the cards. So they look perfectly sort of naff for a sort of.
Oh yeah. Do
you know what I mean? They
like a 1980s magic set.
Yeah. And it says what you'll need: a pack of cards, a Sharpie, a willing audience member, magical powers, and a reward as a thank you.
Yeah.
And then you get rid of this, and then there's card number 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it jumps to 7. You know, so there's cards missing out the trick. And it's just got the built-in comedy as well.
But we supply the card in there as well, where it's vanished a corner in a magical way. So flash paper or this. If you don't want to put it in your mouth, obviously, you don't have to do that.
Yeah, so we give you a few options for different things.
But honestly, it's brilliant. It's so
You say this is a parlor trick, and it is. This will play huge. But this is also the sort of thing that you could do close-up if you wanted to. But,
yeah, well, Steve does it as a top table effect. You could do it. You could definitely do it. Tables. Yeah. I think the only reason why Steve sort of says it's a parlor thing is because he likes doing it with a sealed bag of UFOs or flying saucers, you know, every time. Whereas it doesn't matter. You could have one bag in your pocket and that's the way, choose one of them.
And I know we all use destination box, but you could actually just have a locked box on the table with a corner in it and you're done. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's so much fun. You know, imagine you're going around tables, you get a kid to stand up, read it out, or you get an adult to stand up and read it out. You can have fun, you can have a joke, you can bring a little pop-in top hat thing, you know what I mean? A little pop-up one of them, just put it on there. I can just imagine you having so much fun with it. And again, so easy, but the impact is crazy.
Yeah. I'm a great believer in like, if you perform close up, if you're out performing the close up gigs, you should have, and I've said this so many times before, 1 or 2 effects that you can play to the whole room, because that situation will arise.
Yep.
And that will fit in your close up box right next to your bicycle decks. That's how much room it's taking up. And the nice thing is the corner matches exactly. So the corner they tear off and you destroy, which you do really destroy, the corner that is revealed matches exactly.
Yeah. But yeah, highly recommend. Again, it's brilliant.
Yeah.
That's really strong. And yeah, I'm a big fan of Steve Rowe. Anyway, the best of times. I think he's an amazing magician. That's something special. I love that. Anytime, like Vanishing Bandana, you know, Scott Alexander had the the shoe business thing,
Yeah.
all of those style of routine. They're classics for a reason. That presentation, and I love spectators reading out instruction cards. I did that with Destiny Deal, completely different thing. I love that. It engages an audience so easily. That's that's brilliant.
Yeah.
So I said you peaked with Simon, but obviously you didn't because now you've brought Steve Rowe into the mix. But now we've peaked. Now we go downhill, right?
Not really, because I'm trying to think.
What we got next?
Well, there's 4 more, isn't there?
Yeah, 5.
Oh, was it? I thought it was 7.
Yeah,
there's 5 more.
There's 5 more. So we've got 3 effects
I'm trying to think what's
by Nicholas Mavrasis.
Oh wow! Well, I do find like Nicholas is a little bit like a bus. You wait ages for a Nicholas Mavrasis trick, and then 3 of them come at once.
Yeah. Well, he's the thing
Just
is,
to shut up people that have been waiting. Please tell me one of them is the sequel to Poison. Because
no, it isn't.
No.
I'm telling you right now, not a day goes past that I don't get somebody say to me, "When are Alakazam bringing out the sequel to Poison?"
No.
And I'm just like, I don't know. If I knew, I would tell you.
We've had them for how long?
We've had them since just after lockdown.
In like 4 years. Or
Yeah, they've been about for years in our warehouse. They will be coming out this year. We just got to film the trailer. But we've got, I mean, Craig, you're aware of this because how many tricks of yours are sitting there waiting for release or
A ton. And the amount of stuff that we're working on as well is just ridiculous.
So you think of, there was one effect that still isn't out now that was supposed to be at Blackpool last year. In fact, I had the packaging with me because the gimmicks were supposed to be arriving at Blackpool. And that will be coming out in a couple of months. But it's the same.
That's exciting, isn't it?
It's the same with Nicholas. A few of these we've owned for a while. But it's just now that they're coming out. So even though we've got all these at Blackpool, they won't be officially released. So what I'm showing you now, I think the first of our official releases is going to be Pierced. Sorry. But then the rest of them is most probably 1 a month. So this 7 items, we're talking about 7 months into 2025 before they're all released. So.
And that's the thing. That's you did that last year. I mean, you think of Bricked, for example, which I gave Trick of the Year last year.
Yeah.
You look at Bricked, that was released at Blackpool, but didn't come out till November.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying this to be all salesy to anybody watching this, but you guys have a habit of bringing something out of Blackpool and not bringing it out until way later in the year.
Yeah, it will happen because we tend to release 1 major project a month. That might start pushing up to 2, but even if we take 2 a month, there's 7 items here. That's already 3.5 months that it's going to take to get them out if we release them. But yeah.
The reason as well why we have to have so many there and then stagger is because I'm not joking when I say the support is crazy. The amount of people that come up at every convention, oh, you're right. Yeah, I just wanted to come over and say hi. I've got everything here, so there's no point me seeing anything. But I just wanted to come over and say hello. And the thing is, we don't want that to be the case because we want them to. We still want to show them stuff, because we want it to be exciting for them. So that's why we really try and bolster up any convention we go to. We'll always have at least 1 new thing there that you would not have seen before.
Yeah.
Just so it's worth coming over,
So the first of the Nicholas Mavrasis tricks I'm going to talk about, I haven't got here, but it's called Card at Any Roll. And it's basically a sort of card at any number effect. I'm not sure if there's any other card at any numbers coming out at Blackpool.
Don't think there is. No, not at all. No, this will be the only one.
I'm just going to brush over Card at Any Roll because it's a great effect. Come up and see it. And we've also got Atomic Deck on the stand. So
yeah.
But yeah, it's probably the wrong choice of mine to add that into the mix. But Card at Any Roll is great. We've owned the rights to that for, I think that's most probably the eldest out of the ones that we've owned the rights to of Nicholas's, probably about 2 years. But it's a good, fun version. Very easy to do. No complicated sleights or anything going on. But it's a great trick. I haven't got one here to even show you the packaging, because the packaging should be in tomorrow or Monday. But I'm going to move on to his other two.
I know, sorry to interrupt, just real quick. I do just want to drop in there as well. Obviously, we purchased the rights to liquid forks as well. So if any of you do fork bending or want to get into it, liquid forks are the best forks in the market, without a shadow of a doubt, in the industry for it. The teaching's fantastic. So if you guys want to get into it, or you want to stock up on liquid forks, it'll be us who has those.
Yeah.
So yeah, at the Alakazam stand, that's where you'll be able to get liquid forks from. Comes with still the routine. Yeah, still the routine. David Penn teaches on there.
Plus Wayne Goodman's routine, a discussion and tips from Mark Spellman.
Yeah. So you get all the original stuff plus more, and it's still the same forks, 50 forks inside, all individually wrapped, etc. Exactly the same, just additional teaching as well. All right. So I just wanted to let anyone know, if you do pick up forks at Blackpool, that's where you'll get them from now, Alakazam stand. All right. Lovely.
Yeah. So that was Card at Any Roll, and then we have got Nostalgia.
This is good.
So
I've never even heard of this.
No,
it looks a little bit like personalities from a distance.
It's basically, it's using sort of images of old kids' toys, stuff that we used to have when we were children, like a toy robot, toy soldiers, viewfinder. Now this is something that we bought the rights off Nicholas to, but we've changed it a bit. So we've changed it up. We've made the routine bigger. We're supplying more cards in it, giving it a slightly different premise. But the thing about this, I showed this to Spellman yesterday, actually, when we were on a Zoom call. And he said, I'm going to pick one up for my cruise ship shows. He said, because there's a section on there when I do a couple of tricks and I talk about Isabella. So these cards are designed to look like a kid's game of Snap. So but the reveal on this, I'm not going to tell you what it is.
No.
But the reveal on this is lovely.
Yeah, it's wicked.
I'm a huge fan of cards that aren't cards. I mean, that's like one of my favorite things ever. So this sounds very exciting.
This is wicked. And I'll tell you, this is one of the ones where I feel like we've even grown to love it more. The more we've been doing it in the shop, the more people have been coming in and we've been showing them some new bits. I feel like we knew the power of it anyway, but I think it really kind of resonates when we get the reactions as well from magicians, not just layman, magician reactions.
Now, I will say, I'm going to be honest, Nicholas released a small amount of this trick via Murphy's about 4 months ago. But what you're getting in here is a different animal to what he released. You will not be able to do what we do with this with the original, because of the extra cards that we've put in, the extra routine we've built, and everything else.
Well, that's one thing that you guys always do. Like, for example, a collector another is it the collector?
Yeah.
Another Nicholas Mavrevis trick, which is just brilliant. Just absolutely brilliant. But it became so much better when you added to it. It was just, and because I saw what it was before and then saw what you guys did to it. You have a habit of doing this. Alakazam has a habit of and you've done it to my tricks. Like, you've massively improved the stuff I've brought out through Alakazam, because people come to you and you go, well, okay, this is great, but how can we add even more value?
But the thing is, I think that's our job as a magic dealer. And it works. Everything works both ways. I'll show you stuff and straight away you'll go, have you tried this? Have you tried that? Have you done this? Because you will be looking at that effect differently to the way I look at it.
Well, people probably don't realize this. Big Blind would look massively different if it wasn't for you. Because when I thought I'd nailed Big Blind, I went to you with it and you were like, no, I'd do that. And that one change made it 100 times better. and it was you telling me that, even though it wasn't an Alakazam product, it was a Murphy's product. You know, you just have a habit of doing that. You're a giver. You know, you will, even if it's nothing to do with Alakazam, you'll go do that.
Mm.
It's just because you've been in the industry so long and you've seen everything and you've got such a strong knowledge base. And I'm not blowing smoke up your ass, Pete. I've not seen many people that can do this, where you'll look at a trick and immediately, without even any thought, you can improve it. It's just brilliant.
True. That is true.
Oh, well,
That's true.
I feel the same about you because you do it to all of mine, so I'm equally as impressed. But the thing is, it is when you look at the trick and then you start putting your own ideas into it, and then when you play with it and you work it and everything else, and you start to, and the extra bits in here was part of that, or most of that was Jamie, who said, well, it would be great if you didn't have to do it with one person, you would do it with two people. And then I went, oh, well, we could do it with two people if we turned it into this. And then because we turned it into that, it made the handling so much fairer.
Yeah.
And, you know, so all these little bits coming from everywhere. And I think, apart from Pierce, which I think is going to be one of our best sellers, all of these are going to be really great sellers. The one that I think is going to be our best seller is an ESP effect I'm going to tell you about in a minute. But this is a typical one, like you're saying, that we saw something and we changed it. But I'll get onto that in a moment. So this is nostalgia, really good. And this is all about the reveal. It's a very clever, fun, different reveal.
This is, again, a great one if you're forming to your mates, your family. But obviously, all of our stuff will work perfectly at gigs as well. But I'm just saying, it's really fun, easy to follow, easy to understand the magic. It's exactly what you want. You know?
But to me, I think the best of the bunch from the Mavresis, and maybe contender for his best trick ever, is probably this.
Movie Club.
It's the actual proper name of the product is Flix, Flix, but it is, I don't want to give too much of it away because the reveal on this will knock you for six. You will be looking at me going, I don't get it. It's one of those ones where you just, it gets performed on you and you just go, I haven't got a clue.
Yeah.
Wow.
You feel like you know where it's going, and it's a great routine, even it ended there. But then you have this extra kicker where it's like, okay, I have no idea now. Like, even the first bit is phenomenal, but the ending is just like, you wouldn't even think that was going to happen. It's brilliant. Yeah. And
this
so
is
good.
This one we've actually had in the shop. So I've been selling this in the shop. This is the only one that's been available.
Okay.
And everyone that sees it buys it. And we're talking about magicians. In fact, Simon Lipkin was in about 6 weeks ago and I showed him it and he went, oh, I've got to take one. I've got no idea what just happened there. You know, it's
wow.
It just
Brilliant.
seems so fair. So that's called Flix.
They're also good.
They are all.
They are.
So that's
no
three
joke.
from Nicholas Mavresis. We've got Card at Any Roll. We've got Nostalgia, and we've got Flix. Also, Nicholas Mavresis will be a special guest on the stand throughout the weekend. So he'll be on the stand for an hour or two a day demonstrating his tricks. But if he's not there, we'll demonstrate them.
Yep.
Great. That's great. I love that. Well, you know, I love movie stuff. Yeah, I love movie stuff, and I'm going to be interested to see that. I mean, Nicholas is no stranger to film-related products. The very first thing he ever brought out, if you remember, was Cinemental.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited to see that.
It's very good.
It's great. I'm honestly so excited to get to Blackpool and start demming.
They're all great ones to dem. Like, they're all so fun to perform.
Yeah.
They're all so good. You know, and again, this is not, sometimes certain tricks suit certain people, right? And certain performers. Sometimes there'll be a trick where someone comes over and you're kind of not, this is going to sound so bad, but you've got your favorites when you're demming. So you're like, I hope they ask to see this one because I love doing this one.
Yeah.
This year, and it's the same for the last couple of years, to be fair, I'm happy for anyone to ask about anything because I love every single one.
They're all fun to perform.
I don't think I'm even going to have a favourite.
No.
The test is going to be killer. I can't lie. That is a good one. But they're all phenomenal. You know, it's like I'm excited to do every single one of them. So yeah, it's exciting.
No, same here. So the next two, which bring us up to our 7, are 2 from Martin Pierce.
Well, Martin's lecturing at Blackpool this year, isn't he?
He is, and he'll be doing one of these in his lecture. Now, this is what you're saying about we put our ideas into something. So Martin came in the shop, I don't know, maybe nearly a year ago, and he showed me this effect with superheroes. And it was a little prediction effect. And I went, oh, that's really smart. Have you tried doing that with ESP cards? And Martin went, no, not really, but I'm not. Martin's a sort of family entertainer. So he loves the superhero thing. And he said, oh, I love it with the superheroes. And I went, yeah, I think it'll be great with ESP cards. He's going, yeah, but it's good with superheroes. So we're bringing it out with both, right? But I'm telling you, the superhero one is great. If you perform to families, you do in restaurants, anywhere there's kids, or you want to perform with these superhero cards, this thing's phenomenal.
Yeah.
If you are a mentalist, the test with ESP cards is killer. Now, not only did we transfer it to being from superheroes to ESP cards, but the ending we have now is a game changer, and that's something that we added to both versions.
That's interesting, because I don't know what the effect is. I have no idea what the effect is. I'm hoping you tell me, but if it's anything like an ESP matchup, I love ESP matchups, but there is no ending. It's kind of like boom, 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 boom. Look, they match. Let's move on.
Right. So, do you want me to explain what this effect is?
No, I don't think you should.
Yes, I do.
I don't think you should.
Yeah, I think you should. Shut
This
up,
is the best. This is the best ESP trick that I think I've ever seen. I think people need to come up and see it. You can't spoil it now, surely.
Yeah, I can't spoil it. I'll show you. I'll show you separately. But I will tell you, Craig. Everyone I've shown, Spellman, Mavresis, Luca Volpe, literally everyone I've shown is just like, that is one of the cleverest things I've seen. Now, as a magician of knowledge, you may sort of go, I bet he's using, but even if you know that, in your mind, you won't be able to know how that's actually helped. You'll know sort of how it's helped, but you won't know how it's helped.
Yeah.
How it's done, what it's done, because everything not only looks clean, but there are 0 outs.
Yeah.
There are 0 outs. It will work and look exactly the same every single.
There's no equivocate. It's a completely free choice. No equivocate, no outs, no switches, no. It's so good, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's brilliant.
Wow.
And it's it's not actually an ESP matchup. It's an ESP routine with telepathy and precognition.
But you can show Craig after, but please don't show. No offense, guys. We are very open here.
Come and see it.
You have to come and see it, please. You have to come and see it. Honestly, I think it's the best ESP one we've ever released, without a doubt. I think it's probably one of the best ones that there's ever been. I can't lie.
Yeah, it's got so many good things going for it. It feels very clean, and then the ending is a moment. Well, put it this way, right? So this is Martin Pierce's effect, right? We added the ending to it, and Martin had never seen it with the ESP cards. So I said to Martin, I said, I had the trick made in ESP. Can I show you? Yeah, of course. So I rung up, I'm on Facebook to him and Robin. I did the effect and it fooled him. Not his method, but the extra bit on the end He said, I didn't see you switch anything. I said, I didn't switch anything. It's been on the table since the beginning. He said, well, I've got no idea how you did that.
It's so good.
Do you know one of those clever effects, Craig? And you know them where you don't have to even do anything, but your spectators believed that something else happened, or they saw something they never saw, or whatever, and you don't have to do anything. But in their mind, they're going, "Well, I saw everything. I don't." It's like that. There's so many little things going on, that it's too much for them to think about, and they're just blown away. But it's called The Test, and the other version's called Hero. They're both phenomenal. We've added the same ending to both now. So we had them. That's why they're not here yet, because we had them at the printers, but then we created this other ending. So we had to scrap what we had and redo them. But both of them now come with the option of that ending and the option with the original ending that Martin had. So you get both options in there. And it's available in the two things. So that's Hero and The Test. So that brings us up to our 7 releases.
Yeah. But yeah, you have to come and see, honestly, come and see all of them. They're brilliant.
Now, very, very briefly, as well as the 7 releases, are you going to have some of the classic Alakazam range? Like, for example, you've become known for the coin sets now. Are you going to have some coin sets? Trebloon has never seen a Blackpool.
Yeah.
There's lots of things that have come out that have never seen a Blackpool. Are you going to have other things as well for people to check out?
Oh, yeah, 100%. So we've got our elite coin range there. So we wouldn't go anywhere without the Craig Petty coin sets.
Have you got the bag reborn? Because I might just jump on Alakazam for a bit and do it.
We've got Bag Reborn. We've got Mirage. We've got Apparition. We've got Nightshade. We've got Trebloon.
Great. I went to lecture at Cambridge a couple of days ago, and they said, "Can you do the Bag Reborn?" And I said, "Well, I wasn't going to put it in the lecture, but I'm happy to." So I spent like 20 minutes doing the Bag Reborn, and I had people like offering me 3 times the amount just to get my bag off me there and then. I was like, you're gonna have to contact Alakazam. You're gonna have to, and everybody was like wanting that bag. Like it's
so good.
It's brilliant.
So good. So yeah, we're gonna have them. We're gonna have some of our classics and some stuff that's come out that wasn't at last Blackpool. So we've got Loki, which was one of our best sellers last year. Evaporate will be on the stand. T-Cam will be on the stand. The Grail was on the stand. So we've got some of our classics there. But also we've got, people are going wild for this at the moment. I say they're going wild for it at the moment. You can't get them at the moment. This is the brown assassin made in our Crazy Horse brown leather. These things are beautiful. We released 30 of them on the Assassin Facebook group. They sold within an hour.
Wow.
And we've got 20 or 30 of these going to Blackpool with us. First come, first serve. But we're going to have those there. And something that I'm really excited about that is making a comeback if they turn up in time is STC will be back at Blackpool.
For those people that don't know what STC is, Sharpie through card, the best Sharpie through card gimmick ever. Like, ever. It's brilliant.
Can't wait.
Absolutely brilliant. It's one of the best openers that you'll do when you start a card set. It's brilliant.
It's so good.
It's great. So that will be the first time in 5 years you've been able to buy an STC.
Yeah, if not longer.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The thing is, right, and this is crazy, because of the growth and because we've grown so much, like we've had nearly, it's just insane, right? But because of the growth, trying to produce and keep up with the demand has been insane, to the point where STC, which to 90% of previous Alaka fan members, STC, Sharp Through Card, we know that one, now is, no, what's that?
Yeah.
And to a lot of people,
We've
E2,
so
what's E2? Assassin, what's the Assassin? I don't even know what that is.
Well,
it's crazy.
You think of the Extractor. Now that the Extractor's 18 years old or whatever it is now. When we re-released it last year, that was one of our best. Was it our bestseller last year? No, Evaporate was our bestseller.
I think E2 was second.
E2 was second. And the year before, the Grail
And Knock 'em Dead.
and well, Knock 'em Dead was our bestseller.
Oh,
The
yeah.
Grail was number 2.
Yeah.
Both of those have been out. So because as a company we're growing, a lot of our older stuff is brand new to our customers. So when we re-put up a trailer for STC, it's going to be a new trick to so many
Yeah, it is.
people.
It's going to be a new trick to lots of people.
Yeah.
It's going to be a new trick to lots of people. It's crazy. That's why one thing that I know that Harry likes doing is delving deep into the Alakazam back catalogue and going, we need to bring this out again. You need to keep doing that, Harry.
Well,
Yeah,
he did that with Nardi's Brainwave, which was my sort of ESP type take on the 8-card Brainwave that was out 7 years ago. It was out for 2 months. We sold out. We never rerun it. And Harry said last year, up in the end of last year, he said, I've just seen this video on YouTube. What's that? And I said, oh, it's a Brainwave we had out. And he said, well, why isn't it out? So
It's
that's
good.
just come back out again.
There's so much good. Honestly, there's so much good stuff. It's just, I know we say it all the time, but honestly, it is so exciting. If you came down to Alakazam HQ, I'm not joking, we would have maybe 20 effects to show you would never have seen before that aren't out yet, but we've got ready to go. Like, and they are killer.
Yeah.
And it's also worth noting that there's only 3 or 4 dealers that are allowed to have this on their stand. And you are one of them. Like, it's not even officially released until after Blackpool, but you guys have got it. And Harry, you've learned it. I'm going to be coming over and asking for a dem, Harry. I want to see.
No problemo. No worries, mate. Honestly, I cannot wait. I'm so excited for that as well. And I tell you what, the cards are lovely.
Actually, that will be a great one for your lives.
Well, I literally had it on my desk. I was thinking, do I take it home with me now or not? But I didn't know if you wanted to look at it tomorrow.
Well, I'll look at it tomorrow, but then take it.
I can come and pick it up. Yeah, I'll get it to go on.
Because it's a great one for social, like not social media, but doing it.
Yeah.
Virtually.
Well, yeah, because there's lots of different handlings, and there's a handling that you can do over Zoom as well. Yeah.
I'll tell you what blows me away, guy. I know. Have they seen anything about it or not?
No, but talk about it. I don't care. I'm being very open about it.
Yeah. This is just a bit that blew me away. Is the fact that you can read their mind and tell them what card they're thinking of. They don't ever tell you. I can't believe that.
You can also tell them what number they're thinking of.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can actually have them think of a card, think of a number,
and
you can appeal to their number and they think stop, and you go, yeah, you stop, you're thinking stop there. And then you can say, think of your card, you tell them the card, and then you turn it over and it's there.
Can you imagine you thinking of any card? Imagine, no, this is no joke. Imagine thinking of any card, any number. Don't you never say it. You never say it. The magician deals down, keeps going. You see all different cards, no dupes. Keep going, keep going, keep going. And you go, no, did you just think stop right there at your number? Yeah. And just think about your card as black one. Wasn't it? Yeah, spade, 9 of spades, whatever. Turn it over. They've never, you know, some people go, you never say it, you never done this. Yeah, but, well, you wrote it down 20 minutes ago. Yeah. They never, ever, ever tell you what it is.
Yeah. No, it honestly, you showed me it 2 years ago. It blew me away then, and it's been improved so much more. Yeah, we will have them on the stand, the atomic deck. Come and grab one while you can, so I don't think they're going to last long.
Yeah.
I really don't think they're going to last long. So, yeah, I mean, we're so excited, but the most exciting thing for us about Blackpool is getting to see all our customers.
That is the truth, honestly.
Yeah.
You know, that's the great thing, is seeing people that we haven't seen for a whole year that we get to see again. Some people we only see and speak to at Blackpool. They come up and say hello and bring us donuts and sweets and
Stroop waffles, whatever.
Yeah, Stroop waffles, whatever they.
I do just want to say as well, just because everyone always asks it, we will be looking at having some bundle deals on there because there are so many new releases. Whilst obviously stock lasts, we'll try and do like bundle deals. If you get 4, then you get this, or 5, that, whatever. So obviously come over, have a look. Because we've got tons of stuff on there.
Well, out of the 7 items, 6 of them are sort of priced in the same ballpark, if you know what I mean. So we're going to be doing a get any 4 for this special price, or get all 6 for this. And then obviously Pierced is in a league of its own price-wise. So
it has to be. I can understand that. Yeah.
But we are going to be doing a bundle, and the great thing is you wouldn't have had any of these tricks before, so it's not like, oh well, I've already got that one and that one, but you can choose out of the 6. You can choose any 4 you like. So that's going to be good, and yeah, we're just so excited. The other thing as well that I love about Blackpool, before we start wrapping up, is the fact that we buy the rights to effects at Blackpool.
Yeah, so this is your chance. If you have a trick that you think you'd like Alakazam to produce, and I'm telling you right now, you do, because there's nobody that does this better than you guys, where you sit a creator down and really help them make it the best it can be. And the other thing that you do is, whether it's a creator that's brought out a dozen routines, like a Nicholas Mavresis, or somebody who's bringing out their first trick, you make them the star. It's not about Alakazam. It's about, and the perfect example is Henry Ferris.
Yeah.
Another company could have taken Evaporate and it would have been a 14-year-old kid. But this is what it can do. And Henry would have been pushed to one side. Henry is a global megastar now, and that's because of Alakazam. And that's what you guys do. It's not just about bringing a trick to market and making it the best it can be. It's about making the Magic community understand that the trick and the person behind the trick that created it. And I think that's just amazing what you guys do with that.
Well, it's always been, the way I see producing tricks is, we are dealing with someone's legacy, some part of them. So when I create a trick, there's 2 things that go through my mind. One, I want it to be the best it can be for our customers. But 2, I want the person that we're working on behalf of to be really proud of it.
Yeah.
You know, I want them to look at it and go, that's my name on that, you know, and be really happy about it. And we always, with us as well, you're right, we want to make that person a star. We get them involved on the live launches. We talk about them all the time. And I've heard, I haven't dealt with it before, but there are companies I've heard of that if Craig Petty brings me a trick and I go, well, I think we should do it with blue cards, Craig, but then really that's sort of half a Pete and Hardy trick. So now we're doing it on blue cards. It's got to be both of us. We don't ever do, if you look at any trick we're bringing out, at least 10% of that trick will be Alakazam input. Sometimes 80%, but it's never our name on it. It's still the creators.
Yeah. Also, I think just quickly, what we always do as well is, for years, like we constantly, like we're talking about last year, blah, 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 blah. For the last 2 years, our top 4 bestsellers have been tricks that are 25, 20 years old. We constantly bring the tricks out. We constantly talk about them. Just because the trick came out 10 years ago doesn't mean we're never going to talk about it again.
Yeah.
We're then going to speak about it again.
Yeah, so we don't allow the tricks to die.
Yeah.
That's the thing. You know, Evaporate, even now, is probably month on month still one of our best-selling tricks, because we're constantly advertising it.
Yeah.
And even, Craig, we've had tons of tricks out with you. Now, every so often, you'll see an email go out and Gossip, the very first trick we brought out together, will be on it. So every so often, we will reinvigorate an older product, because so many people are getting into Magic on a regular, each day there's more people into Magic. So the people that receive the Gossip email today might have only been into Magic the last couple of months, may never have heard of it. So we don't allow Alakazam products to die. So anyone that's got an Alakazam product will keep having that advertising behind their name, because we keep pushing them. We keep pushing the products and everything.
And I will just say the amount of new people this is no joke, and I'm trying to work. I can't do maths in my head to work out how many it is per day, right? I said earlier, I was trying to think how the atomic debt work, and I was like, do you know what? I'm just going to trust it, and every time it works. I don't know how. I don't know. I'm literally like, what's the card? And I just turn it over. I'm like, how the hell? I'm going to go, yeah, I knew it, but I don't. I don't know how it works. But anyway, that's not what I was going to say. In this January, we've had nearly 1,000 first-time buyers in January alone. I can't. How many is that a day? I can't work it out.
About. Oh God, what is it? 30 a day? No,
I can't work it out.
About 3 a day.
No, it's 30 a day.
100 a day. How many you say? 1,000.
1,000 in
about 30 a day.
30 a day.
Yeah,
that's ridiculous.
33 a day.
Yeah, something like that.
33.333 recurring.
Yeah.
Got it at maths.
And that is first timers every single day. I cannot get my head around it. I can't get my head around it.
That is insane. That is absolutely insane.
Yeah.
That so many new people are finding Alakazam every single day.
Yeah.
It's great.
It's great.
That's why it's exciting with these tricks. Honestly, this is probably the most excited I've been for Blackpool ever, I think. It's killer.
You've got the best lineup. You have. I know you said you were umming and ahhing between a lineup from many years ago, Pete, but I was there for that lineup, and this is better.
Yeah. Well, I honestly, I agree with you. I think this is our strongest lineup to date. When I look at what's there and how much I enjoyed them in it all as well.
Yeah.
Like each and every one of these, I enjoy performing.
Plus the coin sets, plus things like Loki, plus liquid forks, plus the new wallet. Yeah. There's on it like it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I know.
And they ain't seen anything yet. I know what you guys have got planned. You got banger after banger after banger after banger. Yeah. I mean, if you think
this year for releases is set to be huge.
I mean, your one that was due out last Blackpool, when that's out, is what we could literally just do that. We could just release that one trick in the whole year. We'd be like, what a year, bloody hell, isn't it? Like, what a year of releases. It's insane. Yeah. Yeah. But no, it's crazy. And that's so exciting.
It is on its way.
Oh, is it in transit?
No, but it's nearly in transit.
Oh, right, nice. Yeah.
It was New Year, wasn't it? Everything was shut,
yeah.
So we couldn't get it. Yeah. That's why we can't get it.
But it's in production.
Yeah,
it's lovely.
It's finished production, I think now.
Sweet.
So yeah, that won't be long, but that's going to be a big live launch.
Well, we'll coincide it with me coming down to Alakazam.
Yeah.
Yes.
100%.
A launch party.
Yeah. But yeah,
lovely.
And we'll have to bring back when we launch that, because it's been so long since I did the tutorial. We'll have to bring back. You know, you used to after the live launch, you used to have like an extra
after show.
The after show part.
Which you haven't done for a while.
No,
I've got extra handlings for that thing. You have to have an after show for that one.
We will have an after show.
Yeah, it deserves one. It does deserve one. But yeah, honestly, cannot wait for this Blackpool. It'll be the best one, isn't it?
Yeah,
I think so.
Really looking forward to it. Really looking forward to it. I can't wait to see everyone, see some old mates and go round. And do you know what? Even though we've got great stuff on our stand, I still like walking around and seeing what everyone else has got. That's part of my highlight. I love walking around the dealers. Mark Mason, very good friend of mine, always go and check out what he's got, because it's always going to be killer.
I was saying I was speaking to Graham Shaw the other day, and I said to him, genuinely, I think the most dangerous part of the dealer room is that area between you and Mark Mason and Graham Shaw. Between the three of you there, there's no point going anywhere else in the building. Just go see you three and then go. What else is there to do?
Well, years ago, me and Mark are back to back now.
Yeah.
We? So we're here and Mark's behind us. But we used to be on the same row, and customers would come up, and this guy once said to me, he goes, everyone's calling this Death Alley. And I went, what? And he went, yeah, he goes, because if Mark don't get you at one end, you're going to get him at the other. And that made me sort of really proud, because you think, that's great to be compared to, I mean, I'm nowhere near what Mark is as a demo, but we both work hard. You won't see me sitting down not demming. You won't see Harry sitting down, not demming. Might see him eating.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah, but I'll still be demming.
There'll still
be food
demming.
coming out of my mouth, but still, is what it is.
But you know, we work hard to make sure people see things, and yeah, it's good fun. It's good fun.
It really is. You guys are absolutely amazing. Congratulations on your success. And I will tell people, just to reiterate, because I did this with Mark Mason the other day, and I said, if people can't, don't make it to your booth, or they're a bit too late, can they get product off you afterwards? And Mark was like, yeah, contact. That's not going to be the case with Alakazam. If you don't get it at Alakazam at Blackpool, don't go ringing up the shop and saying, can I have this? No, it'll come out when it gets released, which could be 6, 7, 8, 9 months later.
Yep.
So, without being too salesy, if you want something that you see and you really want it, I get it, because the amount of times I've seen your stuff sell out over and over again, they need to get there early.
Well, yeah, and we don't. You're right, and it's not us being awkward or anything else, but we don't sell things until they're officially released. So the actual official release at the end of February, or it's either going to be end of February or mid-March, our first release will be pierced. So that one will be there, and then we haven't decided what's going to follow on. But some of these we might be looking at 6 months down the line, because we've got other stuff that's going to go in between these as releases.
You've had a killer packet trick of mine now for about 6 months.
Yeah. And
ready to go. It's in the warehouse. Yeah.
So there's so many things that we've got 7 here, but we've got tricks to release in between. Poison 2 is going to come out in between. The trick we were talking that we were supposed to release last Blackpool, that's going to come out in between. We've got an effect by Dave Loosely. It's going to come out in between. So
an effect I just worked on with you guys, not mine, the one that we're talking about. But I
come out in between. So one of the effects that you're going to see on our stand at Blackpool may not be out till November.
Which is fun though, because it gives the old school convention feel, where you can't just go home and buy it online. You get it there, you've got your treat. Not everyone else has got it. You know what I mean? You've got it there. It's fun. You've got something that other magicians aren't going to have, which is wicked, isn't it?
Yeah. 100%.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Guys, I can't wait to see you at Blackpool. Congratulations on your continued success. And if you can't be at Blackpool, you can still check out a load of stuff. You can check out all the Alakazam range by going to Alakazam's website, obviously. While you're there, you might want to hang out and partake in the best deal in Magic, which is Alakazam Unlimited. Which gets better and better and better every single month, and it's absolutely incredible. And how you do it so cheaply, I've got no idea. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it.
Thank you
so much, mate, and we look forward to seeing all of you at Blackpool.
Very exciting, honestly. Can't wait.
Absolutely. Guys, do me a favor, leave a comment down below. Go check out Alakazam, and I will see you again very, very soon with another video. My name's Craig. This is Harry and Pete from Alakazam. You've been watching Magic TV.